Good morning, guys. It is Monday, December 26th, and I hope you guys passed a wonderful holiday weekend with your family, friends, and loved ones. I know I did. I was reminded of, all the times, all those holidays that I would pass with them. Well, really, not with them. I was physically with them, but I was just drunk, and I just took them for granted. And so I'm just thankful that God has given me this rebirth, if you will, to where I can now enjoy these holidays with my family, friends, and loved ones. It's just remarkable to me that I know where I was at, and I'll never forget where I'm at right now. So because I never want to go back to where I was. So. Anyway, I did want to talk to you about that. I know that the holidays can be kind of tough for folks because, that may have been a situation where you would go and drink or drug, when family would come in from out of town or you had to go out of town or whatever. It was just an opportunity for us to drink and drug and to try to, feed our own addiction. And so during the holidays, it can be tough because you're going back into that situation that used to be so familiar to you. I know it used to be very familiar to me, and that's where we got to be careful. The good news is Step 10 talks about this actually on page 85. It says when we will see that our new attitude towards liquor or drugs has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We're not fighting it. Neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as though we have been placed in a position of neutrality. The problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. This is how we react, so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. And that happened to me the other night. We were at a family get-together, and I saw a big old bottle of booze. And I didn't think anything of it. I saw it, just didn't think anything of it other than Step 10, what I just read. This is how we react, so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. Well, how do we stay in fit spiritual condition? We have 12 steps to do that, right? I mean, chapter 5, it lists them all out. Step 10 specifically, talks about we continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it, right? And on page 84, this is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. And I like to call it constant self-examination. This is where I'm constantly looking for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, fear, things I said, things I did. Did I say something wrong? Could they have taken it the wrong way? Did I do something that could have been misconstrued? And if I did do something wrong, then I need to make amends if necessary. I need to make amends. I need to go talk to my sponsor about it, or some other person that understands AA. And then I immediately need to go back out and begin working with another alcoholic or drug addict. That's all. That's pretty much Step 10. We continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it. I was wrong with Step 1. I spoke with this the other day. I was wrong with Step 1. See, I used to always argue that I didn't have a drinking problem, I had a management problem. I just needed to manage my drinking. Well, in reality, I spent years trying to prove the same argument was true when in fact it was not. I spent so many years saying I just have a management problem, not a drinking problem. And I'm going to prove it to you. Well, time and time again, I failed to prove to myself, my wife, my kids, everybody. I failed to prove that to them. So, for me, I was wrong. And when I finally admitted I was wrong, Step 1, when I was finally admitted that I could no longer, that argument was dead, that argument was long gone. I didn't have a management problem. I, in fact, had a drinking problem. When I gave up and I stopped arguing, I stopped fighting, man, that was when things really started opening up. And again, Bill refers to that, back on page 85. We are not fighting it. Neither are we avoiding temptation. When I saw that bottle of liquor the other night, I wasn't fighting against it. I wasn't debating on it. I just saw it, just went on. And like I said, I did think of Step 10, how the problem's been removed, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So, I don't know, I'm just excited. I hope you guys, like I said, had a great weekend. I do understand it's tough sometimes, whether you're alone on during a holiday season, or sometimes you go back in that same old familiar environment. We have steps to help us guard and prevent us from taking that first drink. And that's why I always say, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink. You can't get high if you don't take that first hit. Those things are so, simple, but yet incredibly true. So just remember what we do, everything we do, throughout our days. We need to be constantly aware, constantly vigilant. Am I being dishonest? Am I being selfish? Am I being resentful? Am I being fearful? Because those things are what ultimately lead us, especially when we go back into familiar situations. Those four characteristics are what ultimately lead us into slipping and relapsing, especially when we go back into those familiar situations. And that's why, like I said to you the other night when I saw that bottle, I didn't think anything of it, because I don't have that I don't have any resentments that I'm holding on to anymore. Everything, I've turned everything over to God. It's all in God's hands. So again, I understand the holidays, and just remember, you've always reach out to me. By God, reach out to me. So that's why I love you guys as my sponsees. So. Anyway, I just want to share this thoughts with you this morning. I hope you guys have a kick-ass day. I know I'm going to have a kick-ass day. But I can't wait to give you guys your coins either. So I've been holding on to this one since I've got it. So I want to get it to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. So anyway, love you guys. I will let you go. And remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.